Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Take on Tottenham. My name is Ben, and this is my take on Tottenham. And full-time result: Tottenham 2, Fulham 1. As I find myself keep saying during these videos, it's not been the most amazing, most perfect performance, but again, they got the job done. Yeah, we'll get into it. I was going to start off on a thing towards about the end of the match, but it's fine. I'll get into that later. So a few little lineup changes than usual. Oh, by the way, got a new haircut. We're rocking, getting rid of the long stuff now. We're going back to short, nice and easy, whatever. Just because I know how desperate people are to know about that information instead of talking about the Spurs game. Back to the important stuff. Few little lineup changes. We had Clement Longley was starting today. I think that was in place of Ben Davies. Benton Kerr back in the squad after his injury in the last game. The injury that caused him to miss the last game. Sessegnon also back in against his former club. Quite poetic. And the most important one, Richarlison finally got his start, a well-deserved start as well, I thought. But not for the thing that we thought it would be. We thought it would be in place of Sonny, but he was actually took the place of Kulusevski. So I was a bit unsure about that because I was just a bit like, Sonny's been, let's be honest, I don't like saying it this way, but Sonny's been the worst out of the front three of Kulusevski, Kane, and Son. Sonny's been the worst out of the three so far this season. He's not hitting form. He's, there's something not right. But I understand Conte. It's the sort of play that you don't. It's a bit of a tough call to drop them as well. But for me, you have to play off form, and I think Richarlison, as I've been saying for the past 3 weeks now, has been doing more than enough to get a start. But I think Kulusevski's been playing really well as well, so I was a bit confused by that decision. But again, if you want to look forward and look at problems that we had last season about the depth that we had on the bench, or should I say the lack thereof, it makes sense to have a player like Kulusevski to bring on if you need to change the game. But again, I throw that argument in with Sonny. I think bringing Sonny on with 20 minutes to go is going to be a nightmare for any team, surely. Fresh set of legs. We all know how fast he is. I there's pluses and negatives, but I thought it was a bit of a strange decision. But I'm not the manager. And Christian Romero, welcome sight back in defence as well. Not to say Davinson Sanchez did particularly poor in his time. The goal against West Ham that we conceded was the first in over, 10 hours of football, I think. So Davinson Sanchez, one I'm very critical of, because I think over the years he's not performed at all. But I think he's obviously been doing something right when he's been in the squad. So but Romero back in. And Spurs were applying pressure very early on. Kane had a chance. We had a goal ruled out from Sonny because of an offside from Kane. Kane was arguing that he didn't get a touch on it, but it was one of those where it was part of the play, because that's the rules now. So, but Spurs were playing, I thought, probably the best we've seen them probably since Southampton, which was obviously the first game. And obviously that one wasn't a plain sailing match, but they were playing nice, fluid, attacking football, really dominating possession, dominating chances. Sonny had a chance that was blocked. It was great work from Richarlison as well. Really good work from him. Had another chance, but then Fulham were literally throwing bodies in the way. At one point, Spurs were just having chance after chance. Sonny again hit the bar. It was a great ball from Kane. Sonny sort of chested it down and smashed his volley against the bar. really unlucky. It's just one of them. It's giving me shades of Bergwijn where it just won't go in. It just will not. He just won't get the rub of the green at the minute, which is a shame because he did really good in the first half. Sonny, he did deserve a goal. He was having the chances. He was getting close. He looked a lot better today, but obviously didn't get anything. Longley went also close. There was another another poor corner from Sonny that literally only just got past the first man. Longley managed to run in front of him and get a header, and he sort of headed it back, and it hit the near. Well, it was side netting, but it was right at the near post, which is unlucky. I think Dyer score a goal like that against Southampton? Ran up to the near post and headed, and then we got our goal. Hojbjerg, who has been really good this season, been really consistent and getting goals as well. It's not something we really relate with Hojbjerg, but he got his goal against Chelsea, and he had another well taken goal today. It was a really lovely 1-2 with Richarlison in the box. Poor defending from Fulham's perspective, absolutely. But yeah, a lovely little 1-2. Richarlison held it up just long enough for Hojbjerg to just get into enough space. Gave it back to him. Hojbjerg took a touch and managed to slot it into the far corner, which was really nice. Really good play, really good goal. And then Sessegnon went close with a shot just around the far post just before half time as well. So Spurs were very much on top. Like I said, dominating chances, just massive criticism. One goal from all those chances, one goal. They could, in light of the end result, they could have saw this game out by half time if they'd taken their chances. So I think Conte will be sort of probably drilling them. That's probably not the best use of words. Giving them drills is probably what I should have said. I hope he's not doing that. He will be. How do you recover from that? He will be working hard on the training ground. Hopefully to. Oh God, it's been a long day. To try and work on that. What a weird choice of words that was. Back to the game. So second half, I've lost all concentration now because of that weird play on words that I chose to use then. So second half, there was a lovely 1-2 cross from Emerson Royale. Again, another great game from Royale. Lovely 1-2. I think it was with Richarlison. He made a lovely run, whipped across in. Oh no, it wasn't with Richarlison. I think he did the 1-2 with Kane. Richarlison was in the box, crossed it into Richarlison, who looked like he had a volley on the plate, and he just completely missed the ball. Then came out to Sessegnon. He took a low shot into the far corner. It was saved by Leno, who was saving quite a few today. That was unlucky. But they were creating chances. Romero had a save from a sunny corner, which was unlucky. And then we got our goal. Harry Kane, lovely little finish. Ryan Sessegnon getting the cross in, getting the goal. Kane getting the goal. And one thing I have to say about Kane again, right place, right time. And that's what, he's done that. He did it against Forest last week. Just getting in that right position at the right time, not switching off. Lovely little, just easy goal for him. But yeah, really good. And I think he's now clear now in third place of the all-time Premier League goal scorers. I think now next on the list is Wayne Rooney. So I think he'll catch Rooney. Shearer's a whole different ball game. We're talking in 2 or 3 seasons maybe for him to reach that. You never know. He might have an amazing season this season, and next season might do it in 2. But I think Shearer's so far away at this point. I do think it's catchable, but it's going to be difficult, I think. But Rooney's definitely, Kane carries on the way he is. Rooney will be going on to third, I think. But yeah, fantastic again from Kane. Richarlison hit the post with a really great effort as well. It was really had to adjust his body. I think it was a sunny cross. Richarlison really had to adjust, and he really snapped at this volley, and it crashed against the post. So unlucky. Really deserved the goal. Really did. And then Sod's Law, the normal thing happened. All the domination, all the chances. Fulham go down the other end. Mitrovic, and it was a great finish. I have to give him that. It was a brilliant goal. One-on-one with Romero. Romero went half-hearted into a tackle. I think that was maybe because he was already on a yellow. Went half-hearted into a tackle. Mitrovic kind of went past him quite easily, and then just took the lovely, very powerful shot into the far right corner. Game on at that point, really, isn't it? Again, I've wrote it down here. So many chances, and it's a nervy finish. Kane had been taken off at this point for Kulusevski. And really frustrating. Lloris made an amazing save to deny Mitrovic as well late on. It was a deflected effort. I think Mitrovic was looking to do the same sort of goal onto his right foot, far corner. I think Romero just managed to get a touch on it, but it didn't stop it looping up, and then it started dropping down. And then you're thinking, oh, is this going to hit the crossbar? Is this going to go over? Is it going to nestle into the top corner? And it did look like it was going in, but luckily Lloris managed to get a fingertip on it and managed to tip it over the goal. So really fantastic save from Lloris. 10 years, by the way, 10 years since we signed him. It's mad because that only actually does feel like not that long ago, and I think it's a whole decade. Brilliant achievement for Lloris as well. And then towards the end, I thought we'd sealed it. Richarlison finally got his goal, but it was ruled out for offside. It was a really well-worked goal. Sessegnon was offside. He crossed it into Richarlison, who slid it into the goal. It's a shame because Richarlison really deserved that goal. Spurs managed to see the game out. And that was it, really. Another important 3 points. Still continuing a strong start to the season. It's annoying because I think when you look on paper, this game should have been quite sort of straightforward for Spurs. But I think Fulham have shown pretty much every team I think they've played this season, even Arsenal, who are maintaining a perfect start of the season. They gave them a game and stuff, and I think this Fulham side aren't the same one that came up the season before last. So I think today was going to be a difficult game. I think like I said, it's frustrating in hindsight seeing how many chances we had. I thought they were a lot better, Spurs. I thought they performed in general a lot better than they have done over the last 3 weeks, probably sort of since the Chelsea game. But again, I found the second half, they really kind of took their foot off the pedal. It was quite frustrating. I felt like they got to 2-0 and went, okay, that job done. Obviously, Kane came off as well. It's a bit frustrating for me. I want to see them kind of put teams to the sword, really. I really want to see them go for the jugular and stuff. And they are capable of doing that. They did it with Southampton after a nervy start against them. But I felt Kane said it against Chelsea, or was it against Forest? We've not been at our best yet, and I have to agree. And I don't even think that was the case today. I was to say it was a lot better, but I don't think it was the best. But again, you have to say with the caveat, if they're not playing at their best and they're still getting these results. So, it could have been better, but I'm happy with the 3 points. Obviously, I think they're up to second now, but obviously other teams are still yet to play as well. Man of the match for me. Again, I found myself torn between two players, so I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it to Hojbjerg because I thought he was non-stop today. I thought he was a nuisance. He got the goal. I thought it was solid in defence. I thought he was obviously good in attack. I thought he was that was proper Hojbjerg performance today. I thought a shout out as well. This isn't the second player that I was on about, but an honourable shout out for Clement Longley as well. I thought he had a really good game. I thought he looked very solid. Nothing against Davies either. Again, it's good to have that competition, that rotation, but I felt that I felt like Longley had a really, really good game. But my second player was Richarlison. I thought his first start, I felt like he was at it. He was on it, and he didn't stop running. Even in those last few minutes of the game, literally was the last minute when we had to, trying to keep possession and whatnot. Long ball hoofed up by my man of the match, Hojbjerg. No nonsense defending, just getting it out, and Richarlison saw it and ran onto it, took it up into the corner flag, won a free kick or a throw in, and the Spurs fans loved it. They absolutely loved it. So they want to see that. We want to see that. It's like I said. I hated him at Everton. I hated playing against, not me personally, obviously, but I hated when we played against Everton because I knew how much of a pain in the arse that Richarlison was. But obviously now he's on your team, you change your perception, don't you? And it's a bit of a weird one. Do I think he does stuff that annoys me? Of course he does. I found the keep you uppy thing entertaining the other week, but was it necessary? Absolutely not. But yeah, it's one of them really. It's how it goes. It's football and whatnot. So other teams will absolutely hate it. He'll be an absolute nightmare for other teams. I am very worried, but also excited to see what Richarlison will bring to a North London derby. That will be either catastrophic or amazing, and I'm cautiously excited about it. But Hojbjerg for me, my man of the match, but closely followed by Richarlison, who, like I said, did very well on his first start. And like I said, I think he's done more to get over Sonny personally. But again, Sonny's an amazing top player who's just going through a bit of a bad spell. It is quite interesting that no one's really mentioning. It's one of those, but I find it interesting that everyone's kind of talking about Sonny not finding form, but no one's really mentioning Salah, who's also only scored one, I think, this season. I think Salah, for me, and Sonny both got the golden boot. I think Sonny deservedly more because he didn't have any penalties, but I felt like, I don't know. I feel like Salah's just kind of, no one's really mentioning him not really hitting the form that we know that he is capable of, but it's one of those. Next up for Spurs is Marseille in the week. Champions League is back. That's right. There we go. Champions League is back on Tuesday and Wednesday. Spurs playing on the Wednesday, so that's really exciting. I'm buzzing for that. I'm really, really excited to see the Champions League again. Hear that music again. Yeah, it's going to be really good. It's going to be a tough match. Marseille are, a very solid team as well. I was quite happy with the draw that Spurs had, but I remember this is how Spurs go, right? They had that really, what looked on paper, easy group. The first season they were at Wembley. I think it was the first season they were at Wembley. Looked like a really easy group, and they didn't get out of the group. And then that next season, which was the season they had where they went to the final with Barcelona and PSV, and was it Inter? I can't remember. Horrible group it was. Spurs hadn't won after 3 games and still managed to get out of the group, and then obviously on route to the final. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to say it's a massively easy group. It's a good draw for Spurs, but we'll see. I think every game is going to be different and difficult and everything like that. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, I'll be here on Wednesday night doing another video. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, like button, notification bell, all those things. Let me know down below what you thought about today's game, man of the match, all that. And yeah, and also really quickly before we go, obviously end of the transfer window, Spurs didn't really bring anyone in towards the end of the window, which I was a bit concerned about, a little bit still am. But I think they had a good transfer window. They've got most of their business done quite early, which was good. I would have liked to see 1 or 2 more additions. I really wanted to see a creative midfielder personally. I think a lot of people did, but it didn't happen ultimately, which was a shame. But yeah, it's one of those. I think Winks went on loan to Sampdoria. And Reguilon went on loan to a lot of loans out. Obviously, Reguilon went to Atletico, and Ndombele's gone. Lo Celso's gone on loan. Brian Hill didn't go out on loan in the end, so he's still with us. So that's, hopefully he can develop his game with us. I don't even think Pape Matar went out on loan either. So we'll see what happens. There's obviously January is not too far away in the grand scheme of things either. So, but I think the Spurs will definitely need to strengthen a bit in that window as well. And obviously they did last year with Kulusevski and Bentancur, which proved to be a very good move from Paolo Ticci. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you thought about the game, and I'll see you on Wednesday night. And as always, come on, you Spurs.